Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news all right, folks. Let's talk about what might be one of the most surprising and potentially game-changing moves in this NFL offseason. Rumors are swirling that the Seattle Seahawks, currently sitting at 8-7 and fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, are considering trading one of their most promising young cornerbacks, Devin Witherspoon, to the Buffalo Bills. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would Seattle move on from a player who's shown so much promise in his rookie season? Well, the answer lies in their financial situation and roster needs. Seattle is sitting on a cap space of around $16 million, but they've got pressing needs on the wide receiver and offensive line positions. The trade would free up roughly $17 million in cap space, which could be used to shore up their offense and extend key players like DK Metcalf. But what about Witherspoon? He's a disruptor on the field, an aggressive, ball-hawking corner who's already made a significant impact in his first year in the league. Drafted in 2023, Witherspoon has accumulated 150 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 20 pass deflections, all while earning a solid PFF grade of 87. His ability to read plays and make tackles in open space makes him a perfect fit for a Bills defense that's been looking to elevate their secondary to a top-tier level. Remember, the Bills' secondary has been a bit of a liability this season, allowing an average of 200 passing yards. Bringing in Witherspoon would give them an instant upgrade, especially considering his projected stats for next season, adding 3 more interceptions, reducing points against by around 44, and boosting their pass rush with an extra 10 pressures. Now, to give you some context, Witherspoon's value isn't just about his rookie season. His 2024 season was even more impressive, with a PFF grade of 96, placing him among the top cornerbacks in the league. He's allowed only 25 receptions on the year with a remarkable 9% interception rate and has shown durability, no major injuries so far, which is a big plus. His EPA per target stands at -0.30, which is elite, and he's allowed just 3 touchdowns. That kind of consistency makes him a true game changer. Plus, he's been generating 9 pressures when blitzing, which adds even more firepower to the Bills' defensive schemes. So, why would the Seahawks risk trading away such a promising player? It's all about their short-term needs and cap management. They're focusing on extending Metcalf and fixing their offensive line, which could mean sacrificing some defensive talent in the process. And honestly, the Seahawks' defense has been a bit inconsistent this year, especially with a decline of about 7 interceptions compared to last season. That decline, combined with their focus on rebuilding the offense and managing the cap, makes a trade like this more plausible than ever. From the Bills' perspective, acquiring Witherspoon could be the piece that turns their secondary into one of the most aggressive and disruptive units in the league. The Bills' defense has already been solid, but adding a player of Witherspoon's caliber could push them over the top. His ability to cover top receivers, make game-changing plays, and contribute to the pass rush could be exactly what the Bills need to tighten up their defense and keep their playoff hopes alive with a chance to secure a deep run. Looking ahead, this move could have some serious implications for the Bills' Super Bowl odds. Currently, their odds are around +600 to +350, depending on the betting site. Adding Witherspoon to the mix might be the push they need to become legit contenders once again. His presence could open up the playoffs, especially with his projected 11% increase in win probability versus top receivers. The Bills have been knocking on the door for a Super Bowl for a few years now, and this kind of upgrade might just be the catalyst that finally gets them over the hump. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Bills are in a unique position to forge a new identity, one led by a dominant, ball-hawking secondary that can control the game from the back end. With Witherspoon as a cornerstone, the Bills could flip their defensive narrative from good but inconsistent to elite and intimidating. It's a move that could define their championship aspirations for the next few seasons. The AFC East is already competitive, with the Dolphins, Jets, and Patriots all vying for supremacy, but a move like this could tilt the scales in Buffalo's favor. Now, I want to talk about the potential risks involved. Seattle isn't just giving up a promising talent for free. They're betting on the idea that they can rebuild their secondary with other draft picks or free agent signings, but losing a player like Witherspoon, who's still on his rookie contract, could be a gamble. The Seahawks are also focused on extending Metcalf, and balancing the cap is always tricky. But the truth is, if they're looking to rebuild or shift focus, trading Witherspoon might be the smartest move for their long-term plan. It's a classic case of a team trying to maximize the value of a rising star before he hits free agency or becomes too expensive to keep. For the Bills, this kind of aggressive move would send a clear message. They're all in on contending now. With Witherspoon in the fold, the secondary becomes not just a strength, but a true lockdown unit capable of forcing turnovers and setting the tone for the entire defense. Imagine a Bills defense that can consistently generate pressure, shut down top receivers, and make plays in critical moments. This move could make all that a reality. The Bills' coaching staff would have a versatile young corner that fits perfectly into their aggressive, blitz-heavy schemes. Plus, the added pressure and coverage skills could help them turn more of those third-and-long situations into stops, keeping their opponents, scoring down, and giving Josh Allen and the offense more opportunities to put points on the board. Of course, the ripple effects of this trade would be felt throughout the league. Other contenders would be on alert, knowing that the Bills are not just content to rebuild, but are actively trying to push for that elusive Super Bowl. Witherspoon's inclusion might shift the playoff landscape, making Buffalo even more dangerous as they aim to avenge last year's heartbreak and finally secure that championship they've been chasing for so long. In terms of the big picture, it's about creating a dynasty, building a defense that can sustain success over multiple seasons, and establishing a culture of winning that can attract more top-tier talent. The Bills have the offensive firepower with Allen, Diggs, and the rest of the squad, but now they're looking to complement that with a defense that can stand toe-to-toe with anyone. A player like Witherspoon could be the cornerstone of that vision. Young, hungry to prove himself as one of the best in the league. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So to sum it all up, this potential trade could be one of the most exciting developments of the offseason for Bills fans. It's not just about adding a talented player. It's about setting a new tone for the franchise. A team that's aggressive, strategic, and committed to winning now. Whether it's a bold move by the Seahawks or a strategic acquisition by the Bills, one thing is clear. The landscape of the AFC East and the league as a whole could be about to change dramatically. The Bills are positioning themselves as serious contenders, and adding Devon Witherspoon would be a statement of intent. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Witherspoon is the missing piece that can take the Bills to the next level? Are you excited about the possibility of upgrading the secondary in such a significant way? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills, and I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. Let's keep this passion alive and keep pushing for that Super Bowl. Go Bills!